Hi, my name is Nina Melendez, and I am a high school math teacher working in collaboration with the Division of Multilingual Learners. In this lesson, I am going to talk to you about resources and scaffolds that will better help serve your multilingual learners. First, I want to introduce to you a resource that is helpful when needing translation support when working with multilingual learners. Whether it is you translating the lesson yourself or teaching your students to translate it. Okay, so when translating, we can use Google Translate, in which the students have to click from screen to screen to translate the lesson. You too, if you are translating lessons, would have to click from screen to screen. But the Google platform provides a way for us to translate our Google Slides directly on the Google platform without having to switch between slides. One such resource is called Slide Translator, and it is part of the Google Workplace Marketplace. So you can access this directly from the Google Slide. So we are in Unit 6, Day 1, and I am going to show you how you can translate this lesson, whether it's you translating it or teaching your students how to translate it. You will go on into the add-ons in the menu bar, right up here where it says add-ons. And then it says add-ons right up here. And then you will go down to get add-on. So we are going to first install this add-on. Right now, I am someone that doesn't have this add-on. Once you install this add-on, you will already have it in your add-ons menu. So I'm going to go ahead and search Slide Translator right up here in the search bar. I'm going to search Slide Translator, click enter. So I see here that Slide Translator has popped up. That's exactly what I want. So I'm going to click there and install. Slide Translator needs your permission. You will click continue. And it will ask you to sign in with one of your emails. Make sure you are signing in with the email that you are working on your slides with and that you are clicking allow. Once installed, we click done and we can X out of the screen view. So why does this help us? How can I access this? So I've already installed the add-on. This is a one-time thing, so you can teach your students how to install this add-on and then they will have it under that account. I will go back to my add-ons and now I see that I have Slide Translator right under the add-ons here. So I can say translate text box, voice type sidebar, voice type floating. We're going to focus right now in translate text box. So I'm going to click into translate text box. So you will see that a sidebar will open up and it will say translate text box into. So you will have to select which text box you want translated. Let's say I want the focus question translated. It selected the focus question text box, and you will select the language you want it translated into. The translations are sometimes close to, depending on content, so you can always proofread them if you are translating your lessons. I am going to go ahead and select Spanish, and then I'm going to select translate. The good thing about this is that it provides the translation on the sidebar without necessarily changing the translation on the actual slide. So if you are translating your lesson, you can always copy and paste this right next to the original version, so students will be able to see both languages. Or if you have multi-languages in your classroom, you can have the students translate this and they will be able to read the translation of what's written there in English. So now that I've spoken about this resource, which you can use, we are going to go over a bit of the lesson and we are going to see some things that can help support our multilingual learners. Remember, you are the one that knows what's best for your students in your classroom. These are just a series of suggestions that have worked in multilingual learner classrooms that might benefit your students too. So I'm going to X out here, and as we see, nothing has changed. I'm inserting a small clip here to guide you through the slides that appear prior to the lesson. The information provided in slide 2 through 11 gives you guidance on how to employ this lesson. For our multilingual learners, we are going to specifically look at slides 10 and 11. Remember, these informational slides are to be deleted prior to posting of the lesson for your students. You will have a notation here, a notification saying delete these slides before posting as a reminder. In slide 10, engaging multilingual learners gives us scaffolding we can provide our students with a general document provided that we can use as a guide for our lessons. In slide 11 specifically, we see the implementation guidance for our multilanguage learners. This slide is going to be specifically pertaining to the lesson for that day. Okay, so the slide will be divided with information for the slides within the lesson. Slide A, which is your launch. Slide B, which is usually your explore. And slide C, which are your summarize. There will be suggestions and notes within these that you can implement on that given day. This is the end of this clip. Now we're going to see how we can implement this slide in our lesson. I'm going to go into the actual lesson and I'm going to be looking at our launch in slide A. Our launch in slide A. I'm going to go ahead and put this in presenter view so it expands a little and it's a little bit more noticeable. So in this lesson for your launch, it says, what do you notice? What do you wonder? One thing that we know about multilingual learners is that they are acquiring a language and they are learning things in concrete and explicit terms. So what do you notice? What do you wonder? Might not be an explicit instruction for them. So things to consider, you can actually change this question and use something along the lines of, what could be some situations that the data table models, explain your reasoning. That'll give the learner a way to access this information and for you to guide them towards a higher level of thinking and maybe get them to where you want them to get within this lesson. Moving over onto slide B, or explore. Okay, in our explore, we have two questions that are talking about our perimeter and our area. Our perimeter and our area. So, perimeter and area are things that our learners might have seen before, but they might not necessarily remember. So a good introduction to this would be for you to have asked them previously if they know the formulas for perimeter and area of a rectangle, and additionally, provide the formulas for perimeter and for area in the respective places. That way, when students are working in finding perimeter, finding area, they know explicitly what they should be doing. Moving over onto slide C. Over into slide C, or explore. Like we had said previously in our launch, that our students and our multilingual learners specifically need explicit instruction that they can relate to real life. This is a question that we might need to help them make connections. So the question says, Noah has 50 meters of fencing. Things you can ask your students during this explore is, what are fences? What what does a fencing look like? Why do we use fences in our community? In that way, giving them a concrete meaning to this word to allow them to make connections. I hope that these tips and tricks help you during your lesson, and I will see you in a future video. Have a lovely day.